All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome. It's Austin, Texas, baby. It's Circuit of the Americas, Indy Car Brasil style. Race number 7 in the 2019 Indy Z Car Series. 50 laps here at this very, very challenging road course. Things are heating up here in Indy Car Brasil's 2019 Indy Z Car Series with the championship. So this could be a pivotal race right here in good old Texas. All right, baby, this is Circuit of the Americas. It's a wide track, but this thing can get away from you in a hurry. You guys are going to have to be up on the wheel all night long. And you've got it live right here on TurnLeft TV. All right, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and we've got a blast for you tonight, man. Circuit of the Americas in the Indy Car Brasil Indy Z Car 2019 Series. Right now, we are in the qualification session. The Edgelson Carnero is the top time right now, 144.570. Man, this is a tough track, man. I'll tell you what. I was out here doing some practice earlier in the week, late last week. And what a challenging track. Very wide track, but man, there's some really, really challenging segments here. It's a very technical track. We'll take a look at the track here. This is located in Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. It's an asphalt track, just about 5.5 kilometers long, 20-turn road course. And again, very, very technical, as you can tell by the road map there. So a lot to really learn here. These guys just get hours and hours and hours of practice here. Some of these guys just come prepared to the max to be able to come away with a great finish. Neto Vidal spinning it out right there, though. What the heck, Neto? Come on, man. Boa noche to all my Brazilian friends. Thanks so much for letting me come in and broadcast this race. Greatly appreciate it. Have a lot of fun with these guys. These guys are a great bunch of folks. And then I think we even got somebody joining us in the chat session, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure we do. And it looks like Edson Luis says good night. And said, Boa noche, race fans. So I would expect him to be one of the top times here tonight as well. Edson Luis, always a great competitor. Right now, taking a look at Julio Caligari. Oh, a little bit of trouble right there for the 33 car. Again, like I said, man, it's a very challenging part of the track here. We'll take a look at Benor Silva. These guys have similar paint schemes there. 144.358 for Benor Silva. We'll take a look at the point standings here in the Z Car Series. Better turn off the chat. There we go. Neto Vidal, how about this, man? Neto Vidal takes the points lead, 231 points there for him. Edson Luis sets in the second position. Benor Silva is third. Just look at that first three right there, man. That is a slugfest between the three of those guys. Ismael Cobas sits in the fourth position. Edgelson Carnero is fifth. Elder Mueller sits in the sixth position. See, Michelle Mendonça is seventh. Eders Mago eighth. Giulio Caligari is 9th, and Tiago Fassini is 10th. We got a good battle there for 8th, 9th, and 10th, man. That 8th place to 10th place. They're very tight battle between those guys, too. Take a look at the Michele Mendonça. He's going to be lightning fast here tonight as well. The schedule, of course, we're about halfway through the season here. 50 laps at Circuit of the Americas tonight. Next week, Road America. Man, that is a great track. 50 laps there on August the 19th. And then Toronto, another great track there on August the 26th, 41 lapper. And then back to an oval. Man, we can breathe again. We can breathe. I know Eder will be happy about that. He likes those ovals. 150 laps there at Iowa. And that is a very, very fun track in the Indy cars too, by the way. Hey, what are those two guys standing there doing, man? Get to work, boys. Get to work, man. We got a race coming up. We got Mid-Ohio, another great road course, man. Classic road course there. 60 laps on September the 9th. Pocono, I don't know, man. Do we really call that an oval? It's a triangle, bro. 80 laps there on September the 9th. That's very fun in the Indy cars, too. And then Laguna Seca, man. That track is just tough. 52 laps to finish out the season at the Corkscrew on September the 23rd. So it looks like Ben or Silva is the top time. So congratulations to him. Edelson Carnero will start in the 2nd position. Michele Mendonça is 3rd. Edson Luis 4th. Elder Mueller starting in the 5th position. Tonight's race is brought to you by Indy Car Brasil. Man, you want to do some Indy car racing, this is the place to come right here. These guys have some great racing in store. And of course, thanks so much to Sullivan and all those guys there at Indy Car Brasil for letting me come in and broadcast these races here through TurnLeft TV. Elder Mueller here getting out on track, getting some laps into that 02 car. We got about 4.5 minutes left here in the warm-up session before we make it happen in the race. Make sure our side-by-side is working. Edson Luis, he's still in the pit box there, man. Hey, get out of the garage, bro. Side-by-side's working, I believe it is. So good news there. I want to go back to that here. Got to muddy it up here with the face cam. Hey, thanks so much for joining us, man. Had a busy day today. Started back to work. Thumbs down to that. Hey, if you'd like to support us another way, you can always click on the link down in the description of this race and follow that Fanatic web link there. If you're interested in purchasing some racing equipment, that's a great place to do so. I've got the wheel, the wheelbase, the pedals, the shifter. Love the stuff, man. Just excellent quality stuff, and well worth it, man. It's really put a shot in my arm as far as racing is concerned. So definitely give those guys a look. Greatly appreciate your support. Tiago Fassini making his laps here. We'll take a look at last week's race, man. That was a barn burner there. Oh my gosh, there was a lot going on with that race. Last week's winner, Indianapolis, Edders Magel. Big win for him. Qualified 3rd, led 120 laps. It was a little bit of a mess. But comes away with a win. Good job to the 82 car. That Jack Daniels machine. Big race win last week. I'd like to say thanks so much for coming out to the YouTube channel. If you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up button in the video. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. You can share these videos with your friends, any social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. And if you'd like to contribute another way, you can hit the donate button and donate through PayPal. It's up in the banner there, a link to the PayPal account. Greatly appreciate all of your support, no matter what level it is. Thanks so much for coming out. Got a great race in store for you, I'm sure, man. I don't know, man. Neto Vidal joining us in the chat. You should be out there on the lap, doing some laps, bro. So, good to see Neto Vidal out, man. He had a big win in the stock cars last week. What a shocker, man, at the road course. He is always fantastic at road courses. I said something to one of my buddies there. I was in that race. I think I finished 9th. But I said, tell you what, man, you better watch out for Neto Vidal. He's going to be tough. And he ended up pulling off a race victory there. So congratulations to Neto on a great race victory there in the Bushwhacker Series in the stock cars. Good field and a very strong field. And he came away with a race victory. It was a fantastic race. At least it was for him. So best of luck to Neto tonight. Dirty dog. About 30 seconds left here before we get the command to start the engines. That maybe will start working once we start the race there. Some things I'd like to work on with that. Work in progress. All right, boys and girls. It is that time. Circuit of the Americas, race number 7, Indy Car Brasil's 2019 Indy Z Car Series. 50 laps here tonight of pure madness.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
See if we can't do it this way here. Oh, where we at? Hey, Ben Silva, you're on the pole here, man. You got to get out there on the grid, bro. There you go. Ben Silva starts on the pole. Edelson Carnero in the 09 car starts in the 2nd position. In the 3rd spot is the 2, Michelle Mendonça. Starting in the 4th spot is Edson Luis. Where's he at, man? Oh, I got to do it another way. This ain't going to work. There we go, Edson Luis. Elder Mueller in the 02 starts in the 5th position. Julio Calagare starts in the 6th position. In the 7th position is Neto Vidal. This thing's all jacked, isn't it? We got a couple guys starting from the pits, I think. Yeah, they're still in the garage. That is Tiago Vicini and Ismael Cobas. They're going to have to start from the pits. Bit bad boys. All right, boys and girls, it is 50 laps here tonight of just absolute chaos. This is going to be a great race to watch here. We got a couple drivers there. Tiago Vicini, Ismael Cobas starting from the pits. Might have rolled those cars out of the garage. Doesn't look like they have done so yet. I'm sure they will at some point. Probably getting their last beverage. Again, like I said, it's a wide track, but there are a few really tight turns on this track that you got to make sure that you're really patient through. Turn 11, turn 13, 14, 16, 12, 1, 20. A lot, and you get some S's there, dude. 6, 7, and 8 are basically the S's there. Actually 3, 4, 5 as well. So, you know, long straights there between 11 and 12, and 1 and 20, 20 and 1, I guess. So we're about ready to make it happen. 9 drivers with us tonight. Ben Orsillo starting on the pole. Carnero second, Michelle Mendonça starting in the 3rd position, Edson Luis 4th, Elder Mueller is 5th. Man, just look at that grid here. We've got some solid race car drivers up here throughout the field. Best thing to do is just exhibit some patience here tonight. Not going to win it on the first lap, sure can lose it on the first lap. So pace car is in. Here we go. All right, green flag. Ben Orsillo in the 87 car jumping out to the lead. And heading into turn 1. Be very tight here. This 3 wide already. 3 wide through turn 1. Oh, Ben Orsillo runs out a little bit wide. He's off the track, and it looks like Edson Luis is going to take that pass. Edson Luis to the front. Ben Orsillo in 2nd. Michelle Mendonça is 3rd. Julio Caligari back here in the 6th position. These guys did not get off to a very good start here. It's 33 cars, so very patient through these S's here. Edson Luis is our race leader. Side by side for 2nd. Michelle Mendonça challenging for that 2nd position. Look at Ben Orsillo. Looking out the front of Ben Orsillo's car. As Michelle Mendonça trying to get by. Look at that, man, right behind Michelle Mendonça. Also, Edelson Carnero back there as well. Elder Mueller just behind him in the 5th position. Look at Michelle Mendonça looking out of the front of his machine as Ben Orsillo starting to pull away there just a little bit. As he was trying to make a move there, it did not work. And then Ben Orsillo now opening up a little bit of a gap here on him. But these guys, man, you know these guys are just going to, every single guy out here is going to make a mistake or two. You cannot run a perfect race. Just be patient here. Michelle Mendonça running in the 3rd position, one of the best Indy Car drivers out here. And definitely solid at those road courses. This is Edelson Carnero running in the 4th position. Elder Mueller just behind him in 5th. You get a little bit of battle there for the 6th position. Julio Caligari and Ismael Colbus battling for 6th. And Julio Caligari in this 33 car. Ismael Colbus in the 14. And that is a tight battle right there. Yeah, and Ismael Colbus is just pushing, trying to get around this 33 car. One little bobble and Ismael Colbus is going to be there. Very clean race here so far. Getting some word that Tiago Facini might have come off track here. See what happened to him. He just takes that a little bit wide. Michelle Mendonça here battling Ben Orsillo down the straight. Side by side. This is for the 2nd position. I think Michelle Mendonça's got that spot there. Looks like he takes over that position. Ben Orsillo back to 3rd. Michelle Mendonça back up to the 2nd position. at Julio Caligari and Ismael Cobas. Oh, Julio Caligari spins that car. No contact. Good news for him, but he's got to be patient. He's got to let these guys go around. And look at that, man. Oh, man, what a heads-up move there by Julio Caligari from keep from. Watch this, man. We're on board here with Ismael Cobas to keep from getting into somebody else. Like, oh, man, what a move by Ismael Cobas. How about that? What a great heads-up move. Take a look at that again, man. We'll look at trackside view of this. Watch this, man. Just a heads-up move to avoid that spinning 33 car. So a great job to Ismael Cobas, man. We way up there, and we like a helicopter view. Or maybe this might be space shuttle view here, or International Space Station view. Oh. Michel Mendonça pressuring Edson Luis. Oh, he runs that turn a little wide there. He is all over the back of Edson Luis right now. Michel Mendonça, that is Ben Arsilva. Michel Mendonça trying to get around Edson Luis. Side by side. This is for the race lead. Look at that drag race right there. Into the turn. Michel Mendonça has preferred position. Oh, maybe a little contact. Edson Luis, Michel Mendonça, Ben Arsilva in this mix as well. Look at this battle, man. Three-way battle for the lead. Look at Ben Arsilva there, muscling through and taking over the second position. Michel Mendonça now back to third. Don't forget about Angelson Cornero. He's setting in the fourth position. Man, that is just a battle. Jump back up here and check this out, man. This is just a dogfight right here. Out of the back of Ben Arsilva's machine at Michel Mendonça. Angelson Cornero, Michel Mendonça there trying to get by in the turn. Has position. I think that's where he got him before. And he gets back behind the 87 car. This is a four-way battle now. Look at this. Angelson Cornero sits in the fourth position. Look at this battle, man. This is some great Indy car racing right here. Oh, Ben Arsilva runs wide. So you got a good amount of area there to be able to get back on the track and not hit anything. That is a great thing about this track. It's a very technical track, but man, it's pretty forgiving when it comes to that. Edson Luis, the race leader in that 44 car, and he cannot rest. Michel Mendonça is all over the back of him right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could not put a piece of paper between those guys. I don't know, man. I'm thinking Carlos Leite. Oh, my gosh, you missed it. But nonetheless, he's joining us in the chat. Thanks so much for coming in, Carlos. And hopefully we had a great race here for you to watch. I know you wish you'd be out there. Came in a little bit late. I was running a little bit late, too, man. Look at this. Michel Mendonça starting to pressure. Edson Luis. I'll tell you what, man. Edson Luis, you've just got to be on your game to be able to beat this guy. If he's going to get beaten, it's usually because he's gotten wrecked, gotten some damage. But this guy just comes prepared, man. Michel Mendonça right there, step for step with him. This guy's running away just a little bit here. Oh, man, a little battle for the lead. Michel Mendonça ducks in there and crossover move by Edson Luis. Crossover move. Does he have position? No, he doesn't. Michel Mendonça, oh, tight right there. It's a little bit of contact. Oh, my God. Oh, no, they're into each other. Michel Mendonça goes through the grass. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Take a look at this again. Look at this. Oh, contact right there. Michel Mendonça goes through the kitty litter. I said the grass, the kitty litter. There's no grass growing there. Let's see if we can't get another look at this. Look at this, man. Into the turn. Those guys into each other right there. And then sliding through the grass. Oh, man. I have got to look at this on board here with Ben Arsilva. Watch this. He's looking out of the front of his car, and these guys beating and banging. Man, you're not racing stock cars, bro. Bernard Silva able to stay out of the fray there and hold on now to the second position. Man, that was a battle right there. We go on board here. This Zets in the waist, banging right there with Michelle Mendoza just run out of room, man. Through the S's, that's a bad place to be side by side. It is a wide track, but man, that is a tough place to be side by side. Michelle Mendoza now digging himself out of the kitty litter here. Here's Tiago Fassini. Oh, man, he gets a little sideways right there. Spins that car. He gets back out on the track. Not into anything. That's good news for him. Ismael Kovas trying to... it looks like he's going to get around Michelle Mendoza. Michelle Mendoza probably trying to gather himself a little bit. Man, that was a crazy battle right there. Look at this. This is Edgelson Carnero's view of that, man. He just says, oh, I just saw white smoke and try to keep her straight on the track. He gets around, so good job for him. But, man, that got crazy right there. This is on board here with Michelle Mendoza, I believe. He's, oh, man, I don't know if he knew that Edson Luis was there, and he's into the fence right there a little bit. I don't know if he's got any damage on that. It didn't look like it was a ton of contact, but nonetheless, man, that was a great battle there we saw. Look at this. This is a battle for the race lead. Edson Luis, Bernard Silva. These guys are going to be worn out after 50 laps. Edgelson Carnero is there as well. Ooh, little bobble there by the 44 car. Just a little bobble. Tell you what, man, you leave an opening for Bernard Silva, he is going to take it. Edgelson Carnero, we've seen him win a lot of road course races too. Talking about three of the best drivers in the business. How about this, Neto Vidal. That 21 car getting around Elder Mueller. Elder Mueller there in the 02. Now back to the 7th position. Neto Vidal is up to 6th. Good battle between those two guys. These guys are a little bit off the pace there, but nonetheless, long race, man. Long race. A lot can happen. A lot can happen here. So back up here with our race leader. This is Bernard Silva in the 2nd position. Oh, no, over the hill. He loses a little bit of traction there, and that car comes around. And now he falls back to the 3rd position. Man, I tell you what, that car just came around on him. I mean, he came up over the hill. We'll take a look at this again. So he's running behind our race leader. He's in the 2nd position, but watch this. He comes up over that hill and then turns his wheel a little bit to the left, and he loses traction and then spins that car around. Oh, my heavens. Take a look at that Giulio Caligari here in the 33 car. Oh, back in coming around on him as well. So these tires might be giving out a little bit. Might be giving out here. I think Michelle Mendoza might have some more trouble too. He's off the track right there. A little bit fast in that turn. And then not a lot of traction to be had there. He's trying to get that thing back on the track, but the good news is he doesn't hit anything. He's a little bit through the kitty litter there, so pick up a cat turd or two. Right now, man, Edson Luis, he has had some challenges. Guys challenging him for the race lead, but he has been able to either battle back and reclaim the lead, or hold on to that lead. So he right now is our race leader. Man, this thing has been action-packed. I knew it was going to be this way. So Carlos Leite said Michelle Mendoza just pushing a little bit too hard. Eight laps in, scheduled to go 50 laps in this bad boy, so a lot of racing in store. So Carlos Leite trying to point that out, man. He said, hey, man, a little bit early here. Get yourself settled in, get some pit stops under your belt. Get this track rubbered in a little bit and go racing. But these guys, man, realize that you can really get a good draft up on somebody, get toe up on somebody, and get around them. And It is a technical track, but there's a lot of room here. Edson Luis has about a 1.5 second lead over Edgelson Carnero, just a shad under 2 seconds. Edgelson Carnero in the second position. Ismael Cobas in third. Take a look at Ismael Cobas here, taking over that third position as Benar Silva spun that car around. He's off the track here. Let's see what happened to him. This is Benar Silva here. We'll see what happened. He runs a little bit wide right there. And then, oh, man, I don't know what happened, man. It just looked a little funky right there. It didn't look like he, maybe he got on the gas a little bit too early and broke the back end of that loose. So he didn't hit anything. That is the good thing for Benar Silva, but he has lost a couple positions. I think he is now back to the 5th spot. Elder Mueller here in the 0-2, battling forward here. Oh, man, he barely misses. Was that Ismael Cobas? Excuse me, Neto Vidal. Let's go down here, look at this again. This is down to the front of his machine. Watch this. Neto Vidal taking a spin right there down the front stretch. Coming off the turn to come down the front stretch. That was turn 20. And Elder Mueller was there to pounce. Oh, Benar Silva runs wide right there, and Edgelson Carnero right there to take that position. So Edgelson Carnero is our new race leader, but Edson Luis right there. Oh, a little fishtail by Edgelson. Benar Silva, Edson Luis takes that position back. How about that sequence? Look at this. This race is not over. Edson Luis, Edgelson Carnero. How many times have we seen these guys battle? Take a look at this again, this sequence again here. Looking out the front, you see Edson Luis runs a little bit wide. Edgelson Carnero takes the race lead. Out of the back, you see Edson Luis tucks in, but he does not give up, man. He says, hey, I'm right back on the horse here. And he takes it. You can see Edgelson gets a little bit squirrely there coming off the turn, and Edson Luis takes that spot back, man. He said, I want the lead, man. I got to go get it again. And I tell you what, he had to earn it because Edgelson Carnero battled him right there. What a great race, man. So excited to see these guys just racing. Look at this, man. A couple teammates, Michel Mendonça, Ismael Cobas racing for position. Michel Mendonça there taking that position on the inside. He has a preferred line, and he gets that spot. So a couple teammates there in those Sinister Racing machines. So that's the 2 car and the 14 car racing for position. That is for third. Michel Mendonça in third. Ismael Cobas is fourth. So Edson Luis back to the race lead. I just have a feeling this battle right here is just going to rage on all night long. It's like a little chess match between the two of these guys. Like I said, there's not a driver out here that's not going to have a mistake somewhere along the line on this track. There's just a lot this track throws at the drivers, and it makes you be on your toes, and you can't be perfect every lap. But I'll tell you, you just got to be a little bit better than the guy behind you or the guy in front of you. And these two guys right here, great IndyCar drivers. What a battle. Take a look at Benar Silva here. He's now running in the 5th position. Remember, he was out there battling for the race lead. Had a little bit of trouble there. A couple laps. Oh, no! Edson Luis slides that car around. And Edgelson Carnero there to take that spot. Oh, my heavens, man. Edson Luis had a little bit of trouble. We're looking at Benar Silva down there in the bottom right in the 5th position. We'll take a look and see what happened. Edson Luis, I think he spun that car a little bit there, and it may have been it looked like Julio Caligari might have been spun out there in the grass, and maybe he just took his eye off the track there for just a second. So we'll take a look here. We're going on board. You're going to see Julio Caligari there on the right side, so maybe it just made him miss his turn. He was paying attention to the right. He missed the turn. He spins around, and Edgelson Carnero goes by. Watch this. We'll go on board here. Watch this, man. He just spins, and Edgelson Carnero dips this. Oh, man, that's a heads-up move right there. That is a heads-up move. I think he just lost his concentration for a split second. And then he come around. We'll take a look at this again. This slow-mo here. You see the car there on the lower right, and then you see this car breaks loose. He just missed his braking point, and then comes around. Good news is there's a good overrun area there, but you lose a lot of position, but nonetheless, you don't get any damage on the car. Michelle Mendoza trying to battle back here. And he misses it in the same spot, isn't it? About the same spot right there, and his teammate goes back by, so Ismael Cobas takes over the third position. I think Benar Silva's going to get by as well, so Michelle Mendoza having a little bit of trouble there. Now back to the fifth position. I think Ismael Cobas may have had some more issues here, and we'll take a look at this just a little bit further up the line. Actually, I think Ismael Cobas might have come down to the pits. This is Michelle Mendoza who's running behind Benar Silva. In turn one. Tight turn right there. Tight turn. Oh, man, contact! Contact between Benar Silva and Michelle Mendoza. Little wheel-to-wheel contact right there. That was for the third position. So Edson Luis trying to battle back here. He is in the second position. Our race leader is Edgelson Carnero. This has been an action-packed race, man. Action-packed race. Look at that. Is that Sullivan joining us there? I don't know what that means. Something. He just got home, I think. Buenas noches. Pasao. It means good night all, right? This has been an action-packed race here. Crazy entertaining race. Just a ton of action. Every driver here having some troubles that they've had to overcome. You see Neto Vidal coming off pit lane. He's in the 8th position after making his pit stop. Edgelson Carnero is the race leader in that 09 car here. 12 laps in, man. We've got a ton of laps to go, and if they have, I am worn out. I'm absolutely exhausted right now. I can't believe I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. I keep thinking I'm going to hit the lottery, but it doesn't happen, bro. It doesn't happen. Hey, buenas noches. No pasa de pesca. No, these guys have been having a great time. What a great race. Love these Indy cars, and this track is just a fantastic one. Very challenging, but a lot of drama unfolding here at this track each and every lap, and it has been on the edge of your seat type of racing here. Like I said, every single driver has had some challenges that they've had to overcome, bounce back from. Hey, if you'd like to support us, please click on the link down in the description of this channel, the Fanatic link. That'll help us out a great deal. If you're interested in purchasing a wheel or pedals or any race equipment, please give those guys a look and follow that link. Greatly appreciate all of your support. I am sporting the Run DMC shirt, bro. How about that? Just throwing it back. My younger viewers are going, who the hell is Run DMC? So Edgelson Carnero, the race leader. got a pretty sizable lead here, about 7.5 seconds right now. Edson Luis shown in the second position. It just said everybody's having some issues here. Look at this, Ben Arcelmo getting some word he might have come around too as these tires start to wear out a little bit. Now Benar has really had a lot of challenges here tonight. He's led a few laps, was up there in the race in the top 4, that nice tight battle that we had there for a while with those guys, and he's had a few challenges there. He is now back to the 4th position, but nonetheless, rest assured before this race is over, he's going to be back to the front. Getting some word that Michelle Mendonça on pit lane here, so he's going to give up a position. He's now back to 4th. And looks like Elder Mueller gets by as well, so Michelle Mendonça coming back out on track after taking service. Losing a couple positions. He's now back in the 5th position. And he might end up losing another one here as Ismael Kobus is closing in pretty quickly, his teammate. But he's on fresher tires here. Just got to get his rhythm back. He's on cold tires, so got to let those babies wear in here, warm up, and get back at her. So right now, man, the class of the field here has really been a story of making the least mistakes, and that is Edgelson Carnero. He was sort of lurking back there, just waiting and ready to pounce when these guys made mistakes. That 09 car, always a contender. Take a look at Tiago Fassini. He's running in the 7th position. Again, still on the lead lap, running in 7th. He's had some battles here tonight. Just behind him, Neto Vidal. So pretty tight battle here. This is for the 7th spot. Tiago Fassini in 7th, Neto Vidal in 8th, and he is closing in. It's a real good battle there. Tiago Fassini, oh, he comes around a little bit, and Neto Vidal slips by. And I was looking behind him there a little bit maybe. He just missed that turn. A little bit of elevation change as it come around that turn, so it is a challenging deal because it takes some downforce off of those tires, those front tires, and it causes that car sort of lose traction there and come around. So he's now back to the 8th position as Neto Vidal has climbed up to 9th. Michelle Mendonça here. He's going to get by Ben Arcelmo. Ben Arcelmo is on pit lane as we speak. So he's now taking service, coming back off pit lane. He's now back to the 6th position. Michelle Mendonça up to 4th. Talk about a guy who's had a lot of, he's had a busy night. Let's just say that. He has had a busy night, man. He was having a huge battle with Edson Luis. These guys got into each other, spun around there, and he's tried to battle back. He is right now in 4th, and he's closing in on Elder Mueller, who is in the 3rd position. Take a look at Elder Mueller there in 3rd. See a ton of speed here coming down that straight into this tight turn right here. You see right there, Michelle Mendonça trying to battle back. A chopper goes overhead. Is that the helicopter, bro? There it is. Hey, look at that, man. Is that Sullivan up there? Come on, Sullivan. Drop us some water, bro. So Elder Mueller here running in 3rd. Michelle Mendonça in 4th, this 02 car. He's been quiet, man. I'm telling you, he's just been quiet here tonight. Not making a lot of waves here. Not creating a lot of chaos. He's just waiting for these guys to make mistakes so he can climb up the grid. He's got a little bit of battle. Look at those brakes glowing on that car. Look at that, man. And he lets him go. He lets Michel Mendonça go. He just realizes he was faster. He says, go ahead, take that spot. And that just plays to the type of driver that Elder Mueller is. He's a very smart driver here. He realizes a circumstance where the guy has caught me. He's on better tires here, fresher tires. He's got a little bit better stuff right now. I'm just going to let him go. I'm not going to try to overdrive the car here and get myself in trouble and create some problems later down the road. So that is just smart driving there by Elder Mueller. Take a Giulio Caligari here running in the 9th position in that 33 car. Right now he is 1 lap down. He and Tiago Fassini, 8th and 9th, 1 lap down. He's had a pretty eventful night there early on, just trying to battle back. He's 17 laps in. We've got a lot of racing to go. Back up here with Michel Mendonça going through the S. Oh, man, he spins his car. He spins his car around a little bit here. He catches it. He catches it, does not lose a position. That thing wanted to come around on him, and he was able to jump up on the wheel and catch that car. So kept it from spinning. Great job to the 2-car, Michel Mendonça. Take a look at his teammate Ismael Colbus in the 14 car. He's running in the 5th position. Closing in on Elder Mueller here a little bit. We saw Michel Mendonça get by, so his Sinister Racing teammate closing in. You can see Elder Mueller out on the front of his machine as he's starting to close in here a little bit, about 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds back. And there's the S's there, very technical part of the track. You've got to be patient with that. Little downshift there, and then you're going to have a pretty tight turn right here. New elevation change, little turn. Stomping the gas. Got a pretty tight turn here, left-hander. We've seen some guys have trouble right there. Is that got a little hill as you come off that turn. There's a little elevation change. So Ismael Colbus navigates that pretty well, but he is closing in on Elder Mueller. And you're looking at about 3 seconds between the two of those guys, and I would suggest to you that that's going to get a little tighter there now, down to 2 seconds. Ben Arsilva here running in the 6th position, that 87 car. And now 81 seconds back. We've got a lot of racing to go, man. And I was saying this a little bit earlier. You know, he's had some challenges here tonight, but expect to see him at the front of the grid here before the night's over. You know, some other guys are going to have some trouble, but Ben Arsilva just seems to be able to get the thing gathered back up, get his composure back, and bounce back from adversity. Yes, every single driver out here has adversity, but this guy just seems to be one of the best at being able to jump back up on the wheel and regain some spots and just make a much better day out of it than what, you know, some of the other guys might be able to make. Long race here, a lot of racing to go. Now we got some pit stops here underway as Ismael Colbus here takes over the 4th position. Elder Mueller, I think he's come down pit lane, if I'm not mistaken. He's back there. He's given up some spots here, so I'm not sure what happened to Elder Mueller here. Maybe he's made a pit stop here. But he definitely gave up some spots. Ismael Colbus said he was catching him, but it does look like he was able to get around Elder Mueller there. So Elder Mueller came down pit lane. That's what it is. So that 02 car down pit lane here. making some service, so we're losing some positions there, giving up some positions to get some fresh tires and fuel. Back out on track. That 02 car. Man, how much better does it feel when you get some fresh tires on that car, especially on a track like this where you can just, oh man, he overruns that turn just a little bit. Okay though. He's got a little bit of company there out of Neto Vidal. Neto Vidal going by up on the right side, taking over that spot. So Neto Vidal up to 5th, Eldon Mueller back to 6th. That Neto Vidal goes a little bit wide there. Eldon Mueller almost takes that spot back over. Out in front of Eldon Mueller's car at Neto Vidal. We got 2 choppers in the air up there. A very technical part of that track right there, those S's. You want to try to get through them as fast as you can. Tiago Frassini coming down pit lane, taking some service here. So Tiago Frassini making a pit stop. Getting some tires and fuel here on lap 19. Edilson Carneiro has a 6-second lead over Edson Luis. That tell you what, that time is diminishing. Edson Luis is on his way back. That guy, he's had some issues here with, he spun out a couple of times. He led a few laps and then fell back, but he is on his way back to catching up to Edilson Carneiro. So he's about 6 seconds down, anywhere from about 5 to 6 seconds down. So expect that 44 car to be back in the race here, racing for the race lead here the next few laps. Take a look at Tiago Frassini, now up to the 7th position. See, guys are kind of spread out. He is the first car 1 lap down. So guys spread out here a little bit on the grid. Tightest battle we have, I think, is Neto Vidal and Eldon Mueller. They're about 4 seconds apart. Got Ismael Cobas, Bernard Silva, roughly around that time as well. Giulio Caligari back in the 8th position here on lap 20. Also 1 lap down. Michel Mendonça, I'm not sure what happened to him. He come back off track here, so he's had some issues. I'm not sure what's going on with Michel Mendonça, but that car, it's low on power there. The chopper flying overhead here just to see if he's okay. So something going on there with Michel Mendonça. I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he's texting his girlfriend or something. Why aren't you texting me back? I'm in my race car. So just as I was talking about Edson Luis cutting the time there, Edilson Carneiro looks like he has extended that race lead there just a little bit here, so you're up to around 8 seconds or so, 8.5 seconds. Kind of depends on the part of the track that you're on. So some good racing going on here tonight. Man, settle down here just a little bit. Guys making pit stops sort of spread things out here just a little bit. I've had a blast here so far, man. This has been a very, very fun race to watch. There's been a lot of drama unfold here. Man, I'm awful big, aren't I? Gee, Christmas. How'd I get that large? I don't have that big a head, do I? Come on, guys. Just drag me over there and get me out of the way there a little bit here. I don't want to be on the schedule. Drop me down here a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? My gosh. Can't believe it. Hey, man, coming up here just off to the, be my right? Your right, my left. You see the schedule there. Next week, Road America here in Indy Car Brazil. And then Toronto following that. You got Iowa back to an oval. Like I said, I think Edders Makel's going to be really happy about that time. He likes those ovals. Got a big win last week here at Indianapolis. And then Mid-Ohio, Pocono, and Laguna Seca to finish out the season. So very exciting schedule there coming up. And I'm excited, man. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you every single one of those races here. I have been so far. So, again, thanks so much to Sullivan and all the guys there. Elder Mueller and Julio Caligari, all the guys there. Carlos Leite for making me feel so welcome and coming in and broadcasting these races. So Edgerson Carnero is the race leader. And now to tell you what, man, Edson Luis starting to close back in a little bit. You're looking at, he was down in the 5s, so that battle isn't over. Remember, we got some pit stops underway here before too long. Now, Michel Mendoza has retired his machine, so unfortunately for him, he had a good night there early on. I just think he had some damage there off of that incident and was not really able to quite recover off of that. He had gained a few positions, and not sure what happened after that. It looked like he lost power to that machine for some reason. Just was not, maybe he had a connection issue. Look at it. Rebecca Lloyd joining us in there. I missed this. Well, hey, man, we on here once a week. I don't know why you're missing it. Every week we on it. We on this thing. School started today, well, for me, sort of. Tomorrow for the kids. It's going to be a very fun year, I think. Very interesting year. 21st year of teaching. I got 6 more. Shh, don't tell anybody. Well, I tell you, Edson Luis had some issues there because he's now dropped back a little bit as he spun around, I think. We'll see what happened to him. He was closing in, and I think he just missed a turn, spins this car around. Yeah, a little bit of gas there too early as he come off turn 20. Man, Johnny on the spot there to get back in it and get that car pointed in the right direction, but he has lost a lot of time. Remember, that was down in the 5s to 6s, and now he's 16 seconds, 15 seconds down, so he's lost about 10 seconds there off of that spin. Again, we said everybody's going to have some mistakes here tonight. It's just a matter of being able to battle back from adversity. Of course, it's going to be less interesting. Yes, less interesting. Now, I'm sure you'll have a great year. It's going to be a fun one. Senior year always is. Thanks for coming by the room and joining in with all the crew. Maybe somebody bouncing back here. Ismail Kobus up to the 3rd position. He's 42 seconds down, but nonetheless, man, 3rd place right now. Very solid, but Benor Silva's starting to close in a little bit. Benor Silva's 47 seconds down. So about 6 seconds, 5 seconds separating the two guys here, and this thing might get interesting here pretty quickly. You see Ismail Kobus going by, and here is Benor Silva right here. He is on the move. Looking out of the back of Ismail Kobus' car, you can see Benor Silva right back there just a little bit. Another good straightaway here, probably not for a while. So there's Benor Silva right there coming around the turn. He's starting to close in. That's another thing here, man. Once you start looking in your rearview mirror and seeing that guy, you're looking at your time there, seeing that guy close in, that is another thing that can slow you down. So you got to make sure you keep your eye on the road. Neto Vidal. He's Getting some word that maybe he come down pit lane here. We'll take a look at him. He is on pit lane, so Neto Vidal getting some service here on lap 24. So we about halfway through this race. Edelson Carnero is the race leader. Edson Luis second. Ismael Cobas is third. Ben Arcelva fourth. Elder Mueller is fifth. Really the tightest battle on their race course right now is Ben Arcelva and Ismael Cobas. Those guys pretty darn close to each other here. Take a look at Ben Arcelva. We're going to look out in the front of his machine. Sorry, got the hiccups, man. Oh my gosh. Sees Ismael Cobas up there. One little bobble and he is there. Down the front stretch here off turn 20. Very challenging turn right there. You see him get a little bit swirly. Don't forget, you got some lap traffic here as well, so to think about. This is Julio Canagari. He's a lap car here as he comes around the turn. There is Ismael Cobas right there. And then here's Ben Arcelva. Julio Caligari running in the 8th position. And look at Eldon Mueller here. He is now running in 5th in that 02 car. Comes a little bit wide there on that turn, gets off track just a little bit. But again, you know, the good thing about this track is it's really forgiving here as far as overrun areas. A lot of room here on either side of the racing surface to keep you from getting into the wall when you miss a turn. Oh man, Julio Caligari here overrunning that a little bit, and he comes off track. Lowe's sponsor number 33 getting back out on track, but going to lose some time. Edson Luis here. He's closing in, and he misses the turn here. Oh, he gets a little squirrely right there, and then he coming around. Edson Luis in the 44. Spinning that car around. Man, he was on the edge right there. Let's take a look at this again. He was just on the edge, flying through here. He misses that turn. You see him trying to catch this, and the thing comes around on him. And the good news for him, he backs it up and then gets her spun around and gets her pointed in the right direction. But, man, what a tough break there for Edson Luis. He was really closing in again on Edelson Carnero. So he's had one thing lead to another. You know, you start to get those tires sort of worn out and boogered up, so to speak. Then you know, you're compounding your problems because you got flat spot of the tires, and if your racing wheel is anything like mine, you can actually feel the vibration in the race wheel when you flat spot a tire here. When your tires start to wear out, you can feel that in your race wheel. Oh man, Aiden Evie. No, I'm not ready, bro. Are you ready? I'm not ready. I'm ready for another 2 months off. Gonna work our way to Labor Day. Just a couple of weeks here. We got Labor Day break at least. But nonetheless, good to see you, Aiden, and good luck to you tomorrow and throughout the school year. Thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. But no, I am not ready. Edelson Carnero here is just got to maintain a good pace, and he's in a pretty safe position right now. Just don't worry about overdriving this car. You don't have anybody pressuring you. You got a 22-second lead, and it's been a story of who's had the least number of problems. Oh, he cuts that turn just a little bit here. Got to be real careful about that. You get a cut track penalty. You have to give up some time, I believe. He's got a 20-second, 21, 22-second lead. a look at Neto Vidal, man. He has battled here. He has gotten up to the 5th position. He's got Elder Mueller there pretty darn close to him. So these guys about 3 seconds apart, 2-3 seconds apart. Neto Vidal in 5th, Elder Mueller in 6th. Another battle just ahead is the battle between Ismael Cobas and Benor Silva. We're following Benor Silva here. He is running in the 4th position as he's closing in on Ismael Cobas, who's in 3rd. Got to be patient here. Just be patient through this. You're not going to make up a ton of time unless somebody makes a mistake. And oh man, a little bit wide there for Ismael Cobas. Benor Silva just behind in 4th, ready to pounce. Again, race the track. That is the story of this road course here. Race the track and let the rest come to you. Guys start trying to worry about racing somebody else, and that's when you miss a turn, you miss a shift, you miss a braking point. So good tight battle here. Benor Silva, Ismael Cobas. On board here with Benor Silva. Oh man, what happened to Benor Silva? Lost my feed on that one, I think. That is a tight battle right there between those two guys. I'm not sure what happened. My second feed there. Figure that out. Look at that, man. That is a battle for the 3rd position. Benor Silva got around Ismael Cobas. Screwing around there and missed that pass here. We got it. We got it. Don't fret. Here we go. Benor Silva taking over 3rd. Ismael Cobas back to the 4th position. And that battle's not over either. Ismael Cobas trying to battle back. He's in the 4th position right now. Looks like Benor Silva stretching that out for making that pass. That 87 car. Now Cobas in the 14 and 4th. And back to our race leader, Edgelson Carnero. Got a 32-second lead, so extending that race lead. I said, hey, man, just relax, bro. But he is not. He's kept that pedal to the metal. Stepped up on the wheel here and extended that race lead. Edson Luis in 2nd. Benor Silva is 3rd. Ismael Cobas in 4th. Neto Vidal is in 5th. Hey, coming up on Wednesday, we'll be at Martinsville Speedway in the Ironman Racing Series. 157 laps there. Race number 9 in that 2019 Season C. So that should be a great 157 lapper there at a short track. Man, there might be some tippers flaring at that track. Just 2 races to go in that race season. think we're back, boys. I think we're back. Yeah, lost the second feed there. I might actually be in a little bit of a pickle here with the picture-in-picture. Nope, looks pretty good. There we go. Yeah, I lost that second feed there for a second. Of course, I am using 3 devices on the internet right now. So my phone on YouTube, streaming the race on one computer, and watching the race on 2 computers. There's a lot going on. And capturing it from another computer through the network. So there's a ton of stuff going on here, man. This Neto Vidal here trying to get around Thiago Pacini. Thiago Pacini's had a little bit of an eventful evening here. He is running in the 7th position as Neto Vidal gets around, not 4th position, but gets around him here on the track. 31 laps in, man. Edgelson Carneiro has a big race lead. 33 seconds over Edson Luis. Benor Silva is 3rd. Ismael Kolba sets in the 4th position. Neto Vidal is 5th. Take a look at Thiago Pacini running in the 7th position. He's had a action-packed night here. Had to battle back from a lot of adversity. He had some issues here coming around. He's had a tough night here with the handling of that machine. Nonetheless, right now running in 7th. Giulio Caligari, oh man, he is way out there in the blue stuff, and that car spins around. Comes up over the curb there, able to get that car. Hey, that's a good way to do that turn, huh? How about that? Watch this, man. He just comes around. Watch, this car's going to come around, and he's just going to end up spinning around and being perfectly situated right for the turn, right there. Look at that, man. I've never seen anybody back it through a turn and then end up facing the right way. Oh, man, I got to look at that again. Remember, there's another camera angle to watch this. Watch this, man. Spin this baby around. Here we go. Spin around, get her turned around, back it up a little bit, and then boom, you're ready to go. How about that? Giulio Caligari. Again, he might be coming down. Oh, he's going to let Thiago Pacini come by. He's probably trying to gather his thoughts, be my guess, on that. He's just trying to get back up on the wheel here and get his rhythm back. This is such a tough track. It does not really look that challenging, but this thing is tough. Take a look at Benor Silva here in the 87 car. He is running in the 3rd position. Carlos Leite is leaving us, man. You got to go to work or what, bro? Hey, good to see you, Carlos. Sorry you were not able to make it in time to make the race, but we'll see you next week, I'm sure. Always good to see Carlos. Carlos has done a lot of translating for me along the way. Does a great job. Bueller here pulling over and letting his teammate go. He sees his teammate's the race leader. He just lets him go. Now, Neto Vidal, I think he's had some connection issues here. We might have lost Neto Vidal. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he was flashing there a little bit, as you saw. Always kind of strange, man, when you're racing online. I mean, the people that race online understand this. If you're new to this, it's, you know, if you're just watching this as a spectator and really have never played this game or any race sim games, I mean, it just fractions of milliseconds in a loss of connection can really be very, very significant. I mean, you might end up in the wall, you might end up in in the side of somebody. See Edgelson Carnero here coming up on Tiago Fassini. So our race leader here coming up on the 7th place car, Tiago Fassini, giving him a lot of room in that low sponsor machine. So he pulls over and he's going to give Edgelson Carnero the room he needs to be able to get by. And again, good racing etiquette right there by Tiago Fassini. He realizes that Edgelson is the race leader and a lot faster, and is not going to hold him up. And that is just evidence of a guy who's driven a lot of laps. Bernard Silva coming back off pit lane after making his pit stop. He is in 3rd, but he just made a pit stop and now back out on track. He's in the 3rd position. Just behind him is Ismael Kobus. That is a technical part of the track right there. A lot of downshifts, a lot of braking, a lot of making sure you're hitting the curbs where you need to hit the curbs, or be in the right position through the turn. And then another technical part right here, slow it way down. You got a lot of room through this turn, but it is tight right there. And then good fast portion right here. So that battle is for position. That's Bernard Silva and Ismael Kobus running for the 3rd spot. Bernard Silva in 3rd, Ismael Kobus is 4th. This is the view that I was sort of shooting for before. Ismael Kobus looking out of the front of his car and then watching Bernard Silva's car in the top left. So this is 3rd and 4th. Bernard Silva starting to extend that race lead, or that lead on him just a little bit here. So Ismael Kobus running in the 4th position, trying to close in on that 3rd place car, Bernard Silva. So a good battle there. See those guys racing pretty close proximity a lot this evening. Ismael Kobus just loves these Indy cars, man. He is great with these Indy cars. Bernard Silva, seen him race just about everything. That guy just prepares, and he's hard to beat. Extending that race lead just a little bit. He's got about 3 seconds right now over Ismael Kobus. Those guys running in 3rd and 4th. I don't know, man. Clayton Perkins joining us in here now. You got to go to school tomorrow, man. It's time for bed, bro. Yeah, we do have school tomorrow. Pray for one more day. We want one more day, man. I'd have a snow day or something. Yeah, good luck tomorrow, Clayton. Be good to see you. Come by and see me. Say hi. Always joining us in here, man. He's in here a lot. Comes in and says hi. Then he's got a bail. Get back to Fortnite. Tell you what, man, Edgelson Carnero has just been spot on tonight. He was in a situation where, he was running in the 4th position for quite a while here this evening, with Edson Luis, Bernard Silva, and I think Michel Mendonça all battling for position, and he was just sort of biding his time, just waiting for those guys to make a mistake. Consistency. We're 35 laps in. We got 15 laps to go. And Edgelson Carnero has a big race lead. Edson Luis 2nd. Bernard Silva is 3rd. Ismael Kobus 4th. Neto Vidal is 5th. Edson Luis here running in the 2nd position. He's come around again, man. He's got that car spun around, but again, good news for him. A lot of room there, a lot of room to be able to recover, and he gets that car back, put it in the right direction, does not lose a position. He's got a pretty good cushion there for second, but nonetheless, keeps all the wings on that car. So Edgelson Carnero has a pretty sizable lead right now. Just slightly different camera view of this action here. I got to be thinking here that maybe the 09 car is going to be making a pit stop here before too long. I'm not sure he can make it the rest of the way. Pretty fair distance. You know, you're looking at somewhere on the order of about a minute 40 or so to minute 50 for one lap. Don't forget, coming into tonight, Neto Vidal had a big race lead, or a big points lead. Edson Luis came in tonight in the second position. Benar Silva third, Ismael Cobas fourth, and Edgelson Carnero fifth. So Edgelson definitely would be helped by a big win here, and he has led a lot of laps. So all the big players here tonight at the top. Ooh, we got a, looks like we had a part there on the track. Look at that, Benar Silva here racing. Oh, wait, that's a cone right there. Edson Luis and Benar Silva battling for position. How about that? Take a look at this again, man. I think this started a little bit earlier here. Let's take a look at this. These guys are drag racing down the front stretch. I did catch it about the same time, didn't I? Oh, okay. Benar Silva pulls off that pass as Edson Luis now back to the second position. Something tells me this battle is not over. I just can't, for the life of me, think that this thing is finished here. Edson Luis running now in third. Benar Silva is second. Gonna have to go back up here and look at this. This is on board. These guys are side by side. And Benar Silva, oh man, he runs it a little wide there, and that's where he takes that spot. He's able to get a good run and be set up for the inside of that turn. So on board here, this is Edson Luis's view, and he goes low. He avoids that cone. And then Benar Silva uses that outside there, and then now set up on the inside of that turn and takes over that spot. Good answer. Our race leader, the 09, Edgelson Carnero, coming down pit lane. So the race leader making a pit stop here. Ismael Cobas on board here with him in that fourth position. You see Edgelson Carnero coming back on the track. He's got a car in front of him. He's looking ahead at one of those sinister racing machines. That's Neto Vidal right there. So now we got some drivers here in pretty close proximity. Of course, they're different places on the track, on the grid. Nonetheless, race leader Edgelson Carnero giving up a little bit of time. He's still got a pretty good cushion. Tell you what, man, Edson Luis has gotten that spot back here. We'll see that pass. So Edson Luis sets Benar Silva up here. Little crossover move right there. Ooh, and Benar Silva swings wide, and Edson Luis takes that position. Oh my heavens, man. That is some racing right there, boys. Take a look at this. This is on board here with Edson Louise. Watch this crossover right here. As Ben Silva slides wide there around that turn, and Edson Louise takes his spot. Good battle there. That's for the second position. And those are some savvy drivers there, man. I'll tell you what, that is a great rivalry between the two of those guys. Edson Louise is second. Ben Silva is third. That is the best battle on the track right now. Edgelson Carnero is in a heap of traffic right now as he comes around that cone. Neto Vidal, he gets around Neto Vidal here, so clears a little bit of lap traffic. Neto Vidal is in fifth, 1 lap down. Now he wants to get that lap back. I mean, he has every incentive to try to get back on the lead lap in case, so he can pick up some positions. There's a psychological, factor, I guess you could say, to be in 1 lap down. Take a look at Edson Louise up to the second position. Pretty tight battle there. Again, between second and third, you're looking at 2 seconds between the two of those. Ben Silva is in third. Edson Louise, man, that guy has just battled back. He has had a lot of unfortunate circumstances here tonight with, spinning. He's spun it quite a few times, but he's been able to battle back. Now back up to the second position. And Edgelson Carnero is the leader. He's been able to capitalize when these guys have made mistakes. Now Edson Louise, you see, swings wide there. Swings a little wide. We had 11 laps to go here. We're on lap 40. A little cone there in the way. I don't know why, man. They got to fix that. Get that cone out of the way. We realize it. Stuck in the track. Take a look at Ismael Kobus here, running in the 4th position, last car on the lead lap. He's had a pretty eventful night here too. Less so, really. I mean, he's just not quite as eventful as some of these guys out here on the track, but nonetheless, having a good night here in the 4th position. Winding this baby down. It's been an action-packed race. These guys sort of gotten things sorted out here as of late, but Edgelson Carnero is in command, and really it's his race to lose at this point because he has got such a huge race lead. There's no way these guys are going to be able to run him down if he just runs these consistent laps. Just patience. Don't try to overdrive anything. You don't have to worry really about racing anybody. Just be patient, hit your marks, and you're going to be able to get a race victory here. And we've seen this before out of Edgelson Carnero. We've been able to see him sneak, around and get somebody who's had some trouble there later in the race and eke out a race win. We've also seen him just dominate. Hey, don't forget, man, coming up on Wednesday, the Ironman Racing Series will be back in action for 157 laps at a short track. Martinsville. There's going to be some hurt feelings at this track, man. Some tempers flaring. Some beating and banging. Good short track action in the stock cars. It's race number 9 in that 2019 Season C. We'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. Only 2 races to go in that season. That points battle is tight. You got 2 guys there vying for the championship, and I think the rest of these guys might be out of the points hunt here unless somebody else has a really, really bad night and you have a lot of drivers out there. We're getting some pretty decent-sized fields, anywhere from 20, 25 guys on a Wednesday night in the stock cars. Take a look at Neto Vidal here. He's running in the 5th position. He was 1 lap down. In that 21 car, another Sinister Racing guy. We got 3 Sinister Racing machines out here tonight. Neto Vidal, Ismael Cobas, and Michelle Mendoza. Now, Michelle has retired his machine. Tell you what, man, Edgerson Carnero's teammate here, Elder Mueller here, running in the 6th position. Trying to close in and gain another spot. Down to the front of his car, there's Neto Vidal just ahead. So this is that's Ismael Cobas. I take that back, man. Forget what I just said. Those guys, man, the cars are painted the same, look the same. Running in the 6th position here. Pretty quiet here. I think he gotten up to around 4th or so. I want to say, first of all, thanks so much to Elder Mueller for doing the translating here as of late. He's really done a great job and working both back and forth there, talking to the drivers, and a really important asset for me at TurnLeft TV here in broadcasting these races. I don't speak Portuguese. I know a few words. I didn't know any words until coming to race with these guys. So I know how to say a few things, and I'm starting to understand things a little bit better. But he's been a great friend and helping along with translation. So, and really seems to enjoy doing it as well. So again, thanks so much to him. Oh, man. Anders Magel joining us. Look at that. It's your first day of work. What are you doing? Teaching or something? Your first day of work? Been off for the winter? It's winter down there, right? In Brazil. I think it's winter time in the southern hemisphere. He said he's no good to race. And glad he's joining us in here. I know he's got a good track coming up here in the next few weeks. Iowa, another oval track. I know Eder loves those ovals. He got a big win last week at Indy. A little bit of a messy race, but hey, nonetheless, he was there at the end. That Jack Daniels sponsored Chevy into victory lane. Take a look at that again. Looked at that in the warm-up session. But Eder qualified 3rd, led 35 of 120 laps, had a huge race win at one of his favorite tracks, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So great job to Eder. I know he was excited about that. Just ran those consistent laps at the end. Really all he needed to do to be able to pull off that race victory. And good to see the Jack Daniels 82 car in victory lane. Got to get him to work on his burnouts a little bit. So Edgelson Carnero is the race leader. Edson Luis 2nd. That battle for the 3rd position between Ismael Cobas and Benar Silva is tight right now. Benar Silva is 3rd. Ismael Cobas is in 4th, and that is a tight battle. We are winding down these laps. 87 of Benar Silva, and the 14 of Ismael Kobus battling for third. Looking out of the back of Ben Silva's machine at Ismael Kobus. He's wanting to pick up another spot here before the end of the race. So I would guess you're probably going to see a play for a pass here pretty soon. Things are going to get quite interesting here between that 87 and that 14. Says, hey, thanks for the recap. Yeah, no problem, man. Good to see you in victory lane, and I would suggest that that short track there at Iowa is going to be right up your alley. Might be your cup of tea, so to speak. See Ben Silva there starting to stretch it out just a little bit over Ismael Kobus. All it takes is a missed turn, though, and then that Ismael Kobus is right back there on his tail. Yeah, he is there, man. Getting through that technical portion of the track is a little bit better than the 87 car. Oh, there we go. There's that air that I was saying may happen. Ben Silva going to have to get back on it here and see if he can't reclaim that spot. I said all it takes is one little bobble. Ismael Kobus takes that position. Take a look at this again here. Watch this as that 87 car comes around and he spins that car around right there, and Ismael Kobus ready to, I think it shocked him a little bit, ready to pounce out the front of his machine. And watch this, man. You see that 87 car, he's going to come around right there. I would suggest to you that race isn't over. What do you think? Ben Silva is just mad right now. He's not mad at Ismael Kobus. He is mad at himself right now. He says, I am going to pass him back. Get this position back. The 87 car, driving a little bit faster. I think his tires might be worn out just a little bit, those rear tires. He was really driving that car hard. Now that lead between Ismael Kobus and Ben Silva, that gap is now around 3 seconds here. So Ben Silva is going to have to just be patient if he wants to run him down here. He is starting to maybe lose the back end of that car a little bit. And that may be just a situation where Ismael Kobus was just sort of getting in Ben Silva's head just a little bit, being there, realizing that he'd run him down and he was faster. See Ben Silva having a little bit of trouble there with the rhythm. He might have messed those tires up. And now 7 seconds down to Ismael Kobus. So just had a little bit. I think the handling might have gone away on this machine. And Ismael Kobus now opening up that gap in the third position. We're looking at somewhere around 9 seconds between the two of them now. Tiago Fassini here in the 7th position. He is trying to close this race out. Oh man, slick track there. That car comes around. You got to be really careful here. If you're one of these other drivers, you might get in. There's Edson Luis, our race leader, our second place car going by. I'm saying you got to be really, really careful there. You say this is Edson Luis. As he's going to come up here and see Tiago Fassini there trying to get his car righted up. You got to be really, really careful as you come through. Not to get into one of those drivers that are trying to recover from spinning their car out. Well, Edgelson Carnero here has a 40-second lead over Edson Luis. Ismael Kobus is third. Ben Silva is fourth. Neto Vidal is in the 5th position. again, what I was saying is just play it conservatively here. On it, you might come up on somebody. That is a beast in itself, but with respect to racing anybody else, man, you got a huge lead. There's no sense in really pushing this car. You've got 5 laps to go, about 4.5 laps now. Just cruise this car on to victory here. Hopefully he can make it the rest of the way. I suggest he probably can. And again, he is being pretty conservative here, so he's not quite as fast as Edson Luis is right now, but nonetheless, in pretty good position here to come away with a race victory. There's 4 laps to go. Look at his teammate here, Elder Mueller here running in the 6th position. Trying to maybe pick up another spot here. I know Neto Vidal has had a little bit of a bobble there just ahead, but looks like he has enough gap there, but he's okay. Got some word that he might have come off track here earlier. I'm going to swung that car wide here. We'll take a look at Neto Vidal. A little bit wide right there on that turn, but got that car back, didn't really lose any time, so to speak. So just 3 laps to go here for Edrelson Carnero. Edson Luis 2nd, Ismael Cobas 3rd, Benor Silva 4th, Neto Vidal 5th. The Elder Mueller, Tiago Fassini, Julio Caligari, Michel Mendonça rounding out the 6 through 9. Neto Vidal, Edders Mago, man, he said, hey, I'm going to sleep, man. All right, man. Said he's got to go to sleep. I guess, man, you used to be able to hang when you were younger, man, but you're getting to be an old man now. You can't hang till the end of the race. That's fine. Hey, boa noche. Good. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Obrigado. Again, Eder. Across the start-finish line, we got 2 laps to go for Edrelson Carnero. You see he's really backed that off here. So remember when we first talked about this, he was about 41 seconds or so up on Edson Luis. He's looking at down around 36 here. So he has realized that there is no sense in pushing this car. Just hit your marks and you're going to be just fine. He's got a pretty sizable lead right now over Edson Luis. 32, 33 seconds right now over Edson Luis. Ismael Cobas 3rd, Benor Silva 4th. Now that has tightened up again, and you're looking at about 8 seconds or so between the 2 of those guys. And I would suggest to you that if, so we got 2 laps to go here. I would suggest to you if Ismael Cobas has any little trouble here as he goes by, you're going to see Benor Silva here in just a pretty short order. Right there's Benor Silva, so there goes Ismael Cobas, and then there is Benor Silva. You see Tiago Fassini right there as well. Trying to finish out this race. He is in 7th. Again, now that lead is under 30 seconds here, about 28 seconds, so he's got a lot of cushion here in his favor now. Big track here, again around a minute 44 to anywhere from about minute 50 or so. That's what it takes for you to get around this track, depending on your tires. And if you were joining us, man, make sure that you watch the first part of this race. We had a four-way battle here. Edelson Carnero was actually the fourth car in that battle, and has been able to sort of rise to the challenge when some of these other guys have had trouble and spun their cars or gotten into each other. He has been able to really drive the most consistent laps, keep his car out of trouble here on the last lap. Edelson Carnero, the race leader. And credit to Edson Luis, also Benor Silva too, and those guys have battled back from, they were in that top four and having a huge fight. And then one way or another, those guys sort of fell back there a little bit, but they've been able to battle back. Edson Luis right now in second, and you cannot really feel too bad about a second place finish. He is driving the wheels off this thing right now, man. He's just trying to, hey, man, I'm hoping that Edelson Carnero is going to have some trouble, and I might be able to, all he's got to do is miss a turn or two, and I might be right there. I don't think that's going to happen out of this 09 car. He is just set up, man. He is a smart driver and realizes that there is no reason in tearing my car up here at this point. It is his race to lose. Edson Luis second, Ismael Cobas third, Benor Silva is fourth, Neto Vidal is fifth. So here in the final straightaway, the 09 car of Edelson Carnero takes the victory here at the Circuit of Americas. What a great race for him. Maybe we'll do a screenshot there. How about that? He's going to do his burnout in the gravel. You're not going to burn your tires off in the gravel, bro. So a great job to the 09 car on a huge race victory here. Circuit of the Americas. Edson Luis comes away with the second place finish. Ismael Cobas third. Benor Silva finishes in the fourth position. Neto Vidal finishes in fifth. See if we can get this picture here centered. I don't know what the deal is here. We're going to have to get that figured out, man. I think at some point I did a widescreen shot. So what a good job to Edgelson Carnero. Great job to him. Congratulations to him. We'll see if we can get him up in victory lane here and get an interview. That was an action-packed race there. You know, after a while there, it got a little bit, got a little slow there, but nonetheless, sort of shook out pretty well.
Good night.
Hey, good job, Edgelson Carnero. Great job. Congratulations.
Obrigado.
Talk a little bit about the battle you had there early in the race. There were 4 of you battling for position, and that had to be very, very intense.
Fala aí pouquinho da batalha que você teve ali, os 4 primeiros colocados ali, tudo junto, brigando ali, muito intenso. Fala aí pouquinho dessa batalha aí no início da corrida.
Muito difícil a corrida como um todo, né? Assim, muito cansativo hoje e ali eu errei ali a largada, eu larguei de segunda marcha, perdi o tempo ali da Green Flag e perdi algumas posições, acho que eu caí para quarto, se eu não me engano. Aí eu tava com o carro um pouco danificado também, ali na primeira volta, eu não me lembro direito o que foi que aconteceu, acho que eu tive um toque aí lateral e aí eu fui só comboiando, né? Fui comboiando ali o Ben-Hu, o Edson Luiz e o Michel. E aí foi aquela batalha de quem erra menos, né? O Ben-Hu escapou sozinho, aí eu passei, depois o Michel tava brigando muito ali com o Edson Luiz, errou, aí passei também. E o Edson Luiz, como sempre, né? Assim, dando muito trabalho. Consegui passar no erro dele e depois ele acabou devolvendo, tomando a posição de volta e foi uma batalha muito interessante. Depois ele foi ficando para trás, não sei se ele teve algum problema, algum erro, alguma coisa, mas eu tive que manter a concentração ao máximo para trazer aqui até o fim, né? Dar os parabéns aí a todos e principalmente aí ao pessoal do pódio, né? E é isso.
Let me try to resume.
Did you write all that down, bro?
He said that he was made a mistake in the start of the race and fell down to the 4th position, but he maintain his pace, maintain his rhythm, and the other pilots are fighting hard and committing mistakes, and he was getting he was getting position. When he came the 2nd place, he fight with Edson. Edson committed mistake too, but he passed Edson, but Edson passed him too. But in some point of race, Edson stay behind. The difference is augmenting, and he tried to concentrate to not make mistakes and maintain his leadership.
Yeah, at the end of the race, you had a really big lead to sort of cushion as a buffer to be able to sort of just maintain your pace and not really overdrive the car. Certainly you were aware of that Edson was pretty far back. You know, I think at some point it was around 40 seconds or so. Then I saw at the end of the race it was somewhere around 29 seconds or so. So you had to be being very conservative at the end of the race, knowing that it was really your race to lose at that point.
Pois é, ele confirmou um pouco do que você disse, Edilson. Ele chegou um ponto ali, o início foi bem disputado, mas em determinado ponto da corrida o Edson ficou para trás, foi ficando para trás. Ele disse que em um determinado momento chegou a ter uma diferença de 40 segundos, e só que aí ele acha que você começou a administrar, né, e essa diferença foi baixando, mas sempre sob controle. Ele imagina que você administrou ali exatamente para não cometer erros e tudo, não foi forçando o carro, foi mais lento, foi deixando a diferença baixar, mas tudo sob controle.
Isso mesmo. Assim, o carro estava bem difícil já e eu não queria acabar cometendo um erro, né? Igual a etapa passada. A etapa passada eu fiquei desconsolado. Acontece, mas hoje eu estava concentrado e tentei realmente administrar, não me preocupei com outra coisa a não ser terminar ali na frente, porque se eu fosse realmente forçar, se estivesse próximo ali disputando posição, o risco era bem maior, né? Então foi administrar, vi que a vantagem estava muito boa, só levar até o fim com cautela.
At the start of the race, he has an incident that damaged a little damage in his car, and the slow turns are very difficult. When he get the advantage, when he get the big difference for Edson Ruiz, he take more. He was more careful. He take more care to don't commit mistakes. In the past race, he was leading and committed a mistake that cost him the points of the last race. Then that race he was much concentrate to some points, and as he gets a great advantage to second place, he concentrates. He stay fast, but stay consistent to get the end of the race.
Well, man, you did a great job there. I was saying throughout the race that it was the guy who made the least amount of mistakes that was going to be the guy that came out on top here with the race victory. Next week you have Road America, which is a fantastic road course. How do you feel about that track coming up on August the 19th?
Ele comentou que todo mundo ali que chegou no topo, ali nas primeiras posições, foram os que menos erraram. É muito difícil não errar nessa pista, mas os que menos erraram foram premiados aí com o pódio. Próxima etapa, Road America. O que você espera aí dessa corrida? O que você acha dessa pista?
Eu gosto muito da pista. Agora é aquele negócio, é uma combinação de um carro muito rápido com uma pista rápida, né? Então vai ser sempre aquela, administrar para tentar errar o mínimo possível, né? Porque esse carro ele cobra muito caro um erro, né? Eu gosto da pista, treinar, né? Treinar para tentar fazer bonito lá também e ir recuperando pontos aí no campeonato.
He loves Road America. He loves the track. He expects to get a great race too, but Road America is a track, fast track, and that car is a fast car. Then we have to take so much care, because the mistakes caused so hard to the car. We may lose race or lose the points if we get a mistake in Road America, as it has a fast track. Requires more concentration, more training, but he likes the track. He expects to get a great race.
Well, I tell you, Edgelson liking that track does not spell good news for the rest of the drivers, because he has been tough to beat. And congratulations tonight, and good luck to you next week at Road America.
Ele diz que já só o fato de você gostar da pista já não é uma boa notícia aí para os competidores aí, para os seus concorrentes aí. Tá te desejando aí muito boa sorte na próxima etapa aí.
Valeu, agradeço e vamos lá, vamos para a próxima.
Let's go, see you next week.
All right, hey, thanks so much, Elder, and good job to you tonight on a 6th place finish, and good luck to you and your teammate next week.
Thanks, AJ. Good luck to you in your transmission too, and thanks for all the quality transmission that you have.
My pleasure, my pleasure. We'll see you next week, man.
See you, bye.
All right, that's Elder Mueller and Edgelson Carnero coming up here in the booth with us, and what a race win there for Edgelson. Man, I can tell you what, that track is, like I said, it was a wide track. There was a lot of room, but it was a very technical track, and they really alluded to that fact in the interview there of how technical it was, and you really had to, you realize you're going to make a mistake. Everybody out there is going to make a mistake, but be able to bounce back, don't panic, and rise to the challenge. And Edgelson Carnero, we've seen him do that in those DTM cars. I've seen him do it in stock cars, and now we've seen him do it in these Indy cars here. So I'll tell you, as far as the points championship is concerned, this is a driver you definitely want to keep your eye on here in the 09 car. So he has picked up a huge race win here at a very, very challenging track, Circuit of the Americas. So next week we got Road America, and you heard him talk about that in an interview, that he really, really likes that track. He's downplaying that. He realizes you got to be careful, you got to be prepared, don't overdrive the thing, but coming into that track with a lot of confidence and off this race victory, I tell you, those other drivers better be worried. They're going to have to train a lot to be prepared for this 09 car next week. Well, coming up on Wednesday right here on TurnLeft TV, we'll be at Martinsville Speedway. 157 laps in the Ironman Racing Series. It's race number 9 in that 2019 Season C. 2 races to go in this season, and Martinsville is the first obstacle. And I'll tell you, man, this is going to be a good one because it's a short track, and going to be a lot of fenders for to be bent in here, a lot of paint swapping, some tempers flaring at this race. You do not want to miss it. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV on August the 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then coming up on Friday, we'll be back at it with the Bushwhacker Series. If you really want to come out and join in some stock car racing, it's a good place to do it here. Race number 11 in Michigan International Speedway, 2 30-lap heat races, and then the feature race, the points race, is a 60-lapper. That's coming up on Friday in the Bushwhacker Series. I'll be out there on track, so you can get out there and spin me out a few times if you're interested in coming out. So definitely give that a look. If you're looking at cutting your teeth here and really sort of getting into rFactor 2 and some stock cars, this is a great place to do it. StockCarSimRacing.com. You can download the car set there on the Steam, and then get out and join these guys on a Friday night. Well, tonight's race has been brought to you by Indy Car Brasil. Man, did we see an action-packed race tonight. Wow. What a great, great race with these guys. And next week we have Road America with these guys. So very, very... thanks so much for coming out to the YouTube channel and checking out TurnLeft TV tonight. And if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. You can also suggest to your friends, man. Let them know what's going on here at TurnLeft TV. What a great bit of racing we saw this evening. If you like what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you'd like, you can also donate to the channel by clicking that donate button up in the banner of the channel and checking that out. So I greatly appreciate all of your support, no matter what level it is. Just coming out and watching these races. Really appreciate you coming out tonight. Well, that's going to do it here on TurnLeft TV. Man, I got to work tomorrow. Man, what a bummer. I played the lottery and I didn't hit the lottery again, so now I got to go to work. Darn it. Well, hey, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate you coming out tonight. I'm Heath Johnson. Hope you've enjoyed the race, and we'll see you next time here on TurnLeft TV. In the meantime, we are out of here. Peace.